What is up, everybody? This is Majin Grimlock, and it's been a minute, but we are back with Data Live Spirit Pledge HD. And it's been real quiet the last couple weeks. Mukuro's banner went down a few days ago from when I'm recording this, and this probably, I think, the longest little period we had with no new spirits in a few months on this game. But as I said last time, when we had like a couple weeks off from banners, I'm not mad about this because it was way slower on the old version. Literally, we'll have maybe one new spirit every month. So honestly, I'm glad we have a break right now because it gives me time to save my diamonds and just grind up some EXP cards and gold and all that other stuff I may need in essence. But I want to talk a little bit about the state of the game right now. It's been a few months since we had the revamp, so I'm going to talk about some stuff we already gotten and some stuff we'll be getting in the future. So if you guys still want to see more videos like this, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. And let's go ahead and get started. Let's start off looking at some of the spirits we've had so far. So like I said, we got Natsume is my highest ranked spirit right now. We got, I believe it's probably all the 4 stars we'll be getting. The last one we got was DEM Origami. But when it comes to 5 stars, we've gotten all the main spirits up until Mukuro. So all the main spirits from the first 4 seasons of the anime. And we've gotten a few of the others, or well, really just a couple of the spirits from other Data Live content. We have Queen from Data Bullet. We've gotten her already. The only other spirit we got on the old version from Data Bullet was Sane, who has not been released yet. And that's fine because I think she came out several months after Queen did on the old version. So it could still be a minute for her to return. And said she's going to be a 4 star. But I remember Natsume also said she would be a 4 star when she first came out, but now she's a 5 star, so they'll probably change what's saying as well. We'll just have to wait and see. And we also got Rene from, was that the first Data Live game or visual novel? So there's still about 3 more visual novel spirits to come out. Rio, who came out with Rene in the old version, I think they're both 2 of the last spirits we got before the revamp. And then also Marina and Maria. I believe the Chinese server already got Marina, or they're probably getting her soon. I'm really not sure. I really hope so, because she was dark on the old version. She used dark damage a lot, but if she's going to be lightning, I really need her. So I kind of want to replace Mayuri. I'm not too big a fan of her, but at least not on this game. On the old version, she was one of my strongest spirits. But that's probably because, and that's what I meant to get to, I was planning on doing a tier list for this game, but that's kind of hard to do because all the spirits have been put on more of an even playing field. I probably could have did this better on the old version, but on the new version they kind of debuffed certain things on some of the spirits, but they changed other stuff to make them all more even. It just really depends on how you build them. So like for Coterie, they changed up a couple of her moves, but in general I believe she's a little bit stronger than she was on the old version. Even though they took out her revival skill, which I'm still upset about, a lot of her other skills did just become stronger. Cormi, I haven't played her too much, but I do believe she kind of got leveled down a little bit. But yeah, that's why I didn't do the tier list, because it just depends on how you build them. Speaking of which, I still see a lot of people worried about the BP. This number isn't really that effective, the BP. All they're saying is just how much of just anything you put on your spirit. The only thing that really matters is the stats and what upgrades you have on your spirits. When it comes to the gem set, you have a gem set that they can use, and their crystals and all that. Their Sephira, that I could give her some random Sephira at 6 stars if she doesn't even need or doesn't help her at all. or I give her some random gems that doesn't really help her at all, like whatever this is. And she'll have a high BP, but she won't do anything. So Origami may not be at 12,000 BP, but she is still one of my best spirits. Her healing is still OP. She does just enough damage to get me through most events when I need light damage. So just keep that in mind. It's really how you build your spirits and what effects and stats you give them. So I just want to keep that in mind. But anyway, back to some of the releases we should be getting soon. Like Marina and Maria released at the same time on the old version, so I guess they're dividing them up this time, just like they did Renee and Rio. I'm not sure when we'll get Rio, but she'll probably return she'll probably come back sometime later. And who else? We also don't have Ice Princess Yoshino or Crimson Nightmare Kurumi. Both of them are just game-only versions of these characters. Both of them they released very early on the old version. Like they both came out before Natsumi even did, before they even finished the volumes from the third season. They're like volume 8 through 11, I believe. Yeah, they released very early. Like I started playing around August or September of 2020. I think Kurumi dropped by the end of September or at the beginning of October. And I'm not even sure when Yoshino came out, the Ice Princess version. And Shireo didn't come out until like a year after her. So, I guess they're pushing them back to sometime later. I guess they wanted to get all the main spirits out up until Mukuro. So, I'm not really sure what they plan on doing next. Like I said, the Chinese server have Marina. So, we'll probably be going by that. But, they could still do it different for the global server. We'll just have to wait and see. And how I know that we're still going to be getting some new spirits that we probably have not even seen yet. If you go to the story, look at the different essence, you'll see stuff like Inverse Gebera, which is the inverse version of Coteries essence. Some of these essences were not even on the old version. These are brand new. So these are more likely going to be for some brand new spirits. Like this Tefra essence wasn't on the old version, but it ended up being for Mukuro. See, we could get Inverse Nia from Volume 13. That might be why they haven't added Volume 14 yet from the story mode yet. So, that's still an option. We still don't have Artemisia yet, or Brynhild Origami could be released. These are just some examples of spirits that we still haven't got yet at all. So, not exactly sure. They could come out, could not. We'll just have to see what they're saving these slots for. Inverse Net Stock. Alright. These are just all brand new. So I'm curious to see what they're going to be. The biggest question I still have about what they plan on doing is with the collab spirits. With the Neptunia characters, Don Maki, and Bofuri, as well as Index. Like, on the old version, they told us they were never coming back. So I don't know if they plan on bringing them back just for this game, or they want to update them. But so far we've got nothing about any of the collab spirits. I do get they're probably trying to focus on the main spirits for Data Live first. So now that we got Mukuro, it honestly could go anywhere from here because she was the last one going in order from Toka down the line to Mukuro from that what's been on the anime and the main series. So at this point, it could really be anything. It could be Marina, could be Crimson Nightmare Kurumi. Which, by the way, if you're a Kurumi fan, I would really suggest saving for her, because she should be way better than a regular Kurumi. On the old version, she was way better than her, like it wasn't even close. But like I said, they put a lot of spirits on a more even playing field on this game. But that may be why they toned the regular Kurumi down, so Crimson Kurumi could look better. We don't know. But yeah, this is my main thing though with these collab spirits. I don't know if they plan on bringing them back out at all. I remember about a month or so ago, it was an update where if you tried to play Neptune anyway, I guess it was some kind of bug, and they fixed that during the update. I'm not sure what was the point of that if they didn't plan on updating Neptune so you could actually use all her skills. So like, the crystal, it still has a temporary effect of the attack bonus. Can't upgrade the skills. You can give them any gem. They don't have any recommended gem sets yet. But you could give her something if you want to. It still kind of tells you what she does. So apparently she'll be fire damage right now. But like the Neptunian Sephira hasn't even been updated. Well, like this blonde, they haven't had their updated effects yet. So I don't know what they plan on doing with it. For us old players who have them and been missing playing them, I definitely miss playing blonde. I finally decided to upgrade her anyway to try it out, and didn't really turn out too well. I played her on one of my previous streams. If you want to check that out to see how she did for yourself. But I really hope they update her so I can do her skills again. I have her essence at max. I did that on the old version. I think between blonde and coterie, those were my two most powerful spirits, with Natsumi being right behind them, and then everybody else. I had them updated. But the thing is, on the old version, it was way more freedom how you could upgrade your spirits. Like, I'll bring up coterie. On the old version, these crystals, like, they were, first of all, you unlock these with essence instead of crystal. They kind of swapped that around between the skills and the crystal. But it will be an option, and it were like 16 different skills they could have instead of just 6. But you could pick whichever 4 you wanted. But now they guarantee you can get any 6 once you have enough crystals. So it's a little less freedom. That kind of limits the way you can build them. But at the same time, there's still different ways you can do it. I have this transform set on her. I really wouldn't do this, by the way, unless you have the scorch set, which I still don't recommend aiming to get. But if you do end up getting it like I did, then I like using this set for it right now. But there's that. So, but also, like I mentioned, it's been a minute since we had a new spirit compared to usual. We usually get one like every 2 weeks. Like I said, on the old version, we had to wait maybe a month, sometimes like 2 or 3 months before we got a new spirit. But the difference is we had way more events to do, way more content. So I'm still hoping they add a lot of that back. Like, we used to have way more stuff around here to do, and they'll bring back more events besides just special training. In fact, I don't think we rarely ever got special training on the old version. We probably got it maybe a handful of times in 2 years. But Sunlight Trial, we didn't get that very often either. But there's a bunch of other stuff we could be doing while waiting on the new spirit to come up. But also the date mode, I'm not sure if they plan on bringing that back. They took it down. The gallery did come back eventually. And keep in mind, you may have some collector's bonus stuff. So if you go to your gift, you be able to collect stuff depending on how much stuff you got with spirits or Sephira, different avatars and stuff, costumes, all this stuff. Count your points. You get diamonds for that. So make sure you keep up with that. But like I said, that's kind of the trade-off, I believe. I think some people talk about the difference between the old version and the new version. I do like the new version. I just hope they do add some of the other content we had. And we also had some stuff like a little board game we used to do. A little area we could just walk around and interact with different games and stuff. I hope they add all that stuff back one day, because that was fun to do, where you didn't feel like just doing dailies or demon trials all day or endless corridor. But the one thing I do like the most is the fact all these spirits are in a more even playing field. Like Kaguya, she's a 4-star in here. I mean, she would have been a AA on the old version. Like AA was nothing. I didn't even bother messing with any of them because they were so weak. Didn't really matter. Except maybe some of the support spirits, which I didn't really even need to use back then. Probably because I used Natsumi a lot. Didn't even realize she was support. She's probably my most damaging spirit that I use. Because I realized that magic, apparently magic is strong against everybody except magic. I learned that the hard way. And Natsumi by default is probably my strongest spirit overall because of that. And like I said, I'm not sure what order we could be getting. Marina, I'm guessing, is the next one because the Chinese server had her. I really hope so, because I do want to put Mayuri on the sideline. I'm not really impressed with her anymore. It upsets me because she was once my most powerful spirit before I really started going all in on coterie. Now, Mayuri was my strongest spirit for a minute. She was my first double-led spirit on the old version, which was the highest ranking spirit you could get from a summon. But like I said, things have changed. A lot of other spirits caught up with them. So we just have to see how they plan on doing that. And that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. Just the state of the game right now. I haven't done this in a while. I'm just talk about what we've gotten so far and what we still could get in the future. I know they still should be adding another club event where you can challenge bosses in the club mode. They may bring that back still. I think the Chinese server already did. But they said they're planning on bringing it back. But we'll have to wait, see what they do about that. But that's all I wanted to talk about this time. If you had any other questions or anything else you wanted to talk about, anything else you wanted to say about it, please feel free to type in the comments how you feel about the game so far and whatever you guys still hoping for in the future. And if you want to see more videos like this, please make sure you like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.